So I make this next video and it's going to be a Clark dating video. So welcome to Joseph Clark official channel. Um it's going to be a dating video, and what I wanted to say in this dating video is I'm making this video in hopes to see how badly you hurt me, women in my town. I live in New York State in I don't know, I would say it's an upper class town, but honestly the people are all scumbags and assholes and bitches in my opinion. The town is beautiful. The town has everything you could want, like, the rat experiment. But, this is what I wanted to say. First of all, I had 3 girlfriends in high school, and I'll just go back my histories. I'm doing this history rerun so you get an idea of where I'm coming from. You understand better if I tell the story. So I had 3 girlfriends in high school. One of them wasn't really a girlfriend. She was she basically was cheating me on me, or not cheating on me, but cheating with someone with me. My first girlfriend was a person named Jen. My second girlfriend was AJ, and my third girlfriend was Katie. Um, what's weird about the girls I dated? They all start with A and K. A lot of them start with A and K. I mean, Kara, Kathleen, um, or Alyssa and Alexa. But long story short, sorry for revealing their name, but long story short, I had 3 girlfriends in high school, more like 2, honestly. And then from 2011 to 2022, I had 0 girlfriends. It doesn't mean I wasn't asking them out. It doesn't mean I wasn't looking for them. It just means that they would constantly reject me. So that's the first fact. You rejected me. In your little brilliant mind, which composes whole symphonies, whole passions, and whole oratorios, pun intended, you thought you were better than a master composer who's going to be in leagues above even the second-rate composers of history. But you'll continue your garbage. So, then I met a girl named Alyssa, who actually played piano, was Christian, worked in a church, and everything was going fine. And where it went sour was she was telling me I shouldn't be taking my doctor prescribed meds, which is a big idiot. Everyone in my family knew she fucked up when she said this, but she actually made me half my meds. And then I noticed I became depressed and erratic because of that. That's a whole nother story in itself. I had about 10 to 15 girlfriends after her, but they all came and went within, I would say, the average about 4 to 5 months. In the span of, say, 2023 to 2026. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 years, I had 15 girlfriends. The only reason I got these girlfriends is because I was brave enough to ask them out. Now, this is where I'm going to change. This is the big change of Joe Clark. I'm cutting myself off from you. So if you belittled me, my dreams, or my music career, I'm cutting you off unless you are necessary to my life. That includes my mom, my friends, my ex-girlfriends, basically anybody who belittled Opus 5000, man, I'm cutting you off. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I'm not asking you out anymore. And you might say, Joe, you know what the big strong men say with asking women out? All they can say is no. Yeah, but this is what they don't tell you. You hear no about 2,000 times in your life like I have, and that's going to really make you feel like shit. So, I'm not asking you out anymore. I don't care if you have every goddamn thing in common with me. You can play piano, violin, cello, can compose. I don't care if you are a fucking classical music star all over BBC. I'm not asking you out anymore because my time and my money is mine. I'm not spending another $40 or $50 on a bitch that is going to turn around like Kay, one of the girls named Kay I dated, and say that you don't appreciate me when I just took you out to wheat fields, bitch. So that's the bullshit men deal with. My suggestion for men watching, I'm going to give two suggestions for either females and males watching this. This is going to be a valuable point. If you're a male watching this, why spend your hard-earned or hard worked for money for a woman who's 80% of the time, if you marry, is going to leave? Because 80% of women file for divorce. It's only 20% of men that file for divorce. So why spend your hard-earned time with that? I wouldn't. Men going their own way. That's why it exists. Because the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement was women were being harassed. Well, guess what? If you got harassed in a not too far past, it would have been considered normal time. So let's continue the speech. So I'm not asking you out anymore. Okay? I had a girl walk right by me. Everyone in this town knows I'm a great composer. Everyone knows I'm an evangelist. Everyone knows I help the poor. And it's like, why should a king deal with the commoner? That's how I feel about it. Why should a king of classical like myself deal with a commoner who can't even play the Well-Tempered Clavera first prelude? There's no point in doing that. And I'm not asking you out anymore. I don't care if there was a woman who walked right by me. I wear Boston. Now notice how these women work, guys. They're very manipulative. What team is this? This is Boston Red Sox. I saw a woman go by in a Boston Red Sox jacket talking about how her people love her music on Spotify and basically that she supposedly made it. Now, knowing me and what I've already put out on YouTube about not being impressed, I probably would not be impressed with her music either. But long story short, she was trying to hit on me, I bet. She had a mother and father with her, and she looked about 28, maybe 31 years old. And no, I'm not going to talk to you. Don't you understand that? I'm not talking to you. I'm not asking you out. I'm not asking you for coffee. I am absolutely done, and you're the one who did it. Now, that's the men's suggestion. The women's suggestion is realize what the hell you've done to men. Take some accountability. A, realize how bad it is right now and what you've done to men. B, take some accountability. And C, if you want to die childless and no grandchildren and live with your cat all day long, when a man asks you out and is brave enough to ask you out, at least go to coffee with him. What's 2 hours of your day going to coffee versus you being childless with a cat? That's all I'm going to say. But I am totally done. I'm not in the dating. Just cut me out of the dating pool altogether. Seriously, women. So women in my town, I don't care if you look like Barbie doll or fucking Paris Hilton. I don't care if you're 21 years old and a virgin. Cut me out of the dating pool. I'm done. You ruined it for me. I had my fun with Alexa. I had my fun with Kathleen. I had my fun with Alyssa. I had my fun with Babs. I had my fun with Gigi. And I just realized that it's not something I want to pursue anymore. What's more important is writing in my journal every day. What's more important is writing my music every day, 4 times a day, or 3. What's more important is mastering my violin, piano, and cello, and becoming a legend. And then when I'm at the top, and I'm considered the greatest American composer, like I keep saying, but you're so deaf like you have earphones in, you're going to know that you missed a great opportunity for being a famous star of Joe Clark's life.